What's cracking, guys? Zach Treese here at Cavalier 450 Square, and today I'm bringing you Mustangs. We're checking out the V6 Coupe and the EcoBoost Coupe, not the premiums, but the basic models, guys. So, to my right and left, on the left here we have our V6 Coupe. Now this is going to be in shadow black. This is going to come with 300 horsepower, 280 pounds of torque. And on the right here is going to give you the EcoBoost Coupe, which is going to give you 310 horses and 320 pounds of torque. It's pretty crazy, guys, that a 2.3 liter four-cylinder engine is putting out those kind of numbers. This video is really to let you guys know and figure out which one's going to be best for you as far as which engine option. The interiors and the exteriors are pretty much the same, but I'll point out the differences that really let you distinguish what's an EcoBoost and which one's the V6. So we'll take a look at the V6 first. If you notice, the first thing off the bat, the wheels are different. Now that's not a EcoBoost versus V6 thing, that's just the different types of wheels that's on this vehicle. You can get these wheels on this vehicle and vice versa. Now on this vehicle here, guys, even its standard vehicle, you're gonna have things such as a backup camera, remote start, keyless entry, a bunch of really nice features that are wrapped into these vehicles. If you notice the front here, guys, you have a halogen LED headlamp with LED light bars, 3 of them in the headlamp. Gives the vehicle a really mean look. You know, the engineers at Ford for 2015 put a lot of work into the Mustang. It was the 50th year that Mustang has been out, and it's really our flagship vehicle, guys. If you take a look at the front end of the vehicle, it's really, really gorgeous. And there's a lot of turns and curves, and the aerodynamics are pretty intense. So much so, there's an air dampers here on the side of the bumper, so that air goes through and comes out around the wheel well to reduce drag. You're gonna notice that the vehicle does have remote start and keyless entry. The key for this vehicle is gonna look somewhere similar to this. You're gonna have your lock, your unlock, your remote start, your trunk lid pop, and then your horn. By touching the door handle, guys, the vehicle opens up, and then by pressing this button here, you can actually lock the vehicle without ever taking the keys out of your pocket. If you look in the back of the vehicle, the 2 backs of the vehicles, guys, one big difference is you're going to notice that for V6, the pony has a bar through, which is going to signify that this is a V6. To the right, you have the free running pony without the bar in the middle. That's going to signify the EcoBoost. So if you're wondering how can you tell which one's which, from the back, that's a dead giveaway of which vehicle is which. What's really nice about 2015 and up, they used to not put a place on the rear of the vehicle to open the trunk lid. That was from 2014 down, you had to either do it from the key or from inside the cab. Now, above the license plate bracket is going to be a button where you can press it here and you can pop the trunk lid. Really nice feature. 2015, 2016 and up is going to offer that. It wasn't offered in the previous year models. Plenty of space in the rear. You can fit a set of golf clubs back here. You see these wide openings that Mustang's offering you here. Really gives you a lot of room. Depending on which vehicle you get, and depending on what the vehicle is ordered with, it's going to leave you with a couple different things. You can either have a full-size spare, or you're going to have a run flat kit, which is going to be located here in the back of the vehicle. By pulling this tab, this one's going to have the run flat kit. So you do have room in here for a spare. It just all depends on how the dealer who you buy your vehicle from orders that vehicle. The exterior, we'll walk around quick on the EcoBoost. It's exactly the same. There's no differences as far as the exterior of the vehicle or the interior. The main difference is going to be the engine options. Of course, this is the magnetic gray that we're looking at, a different set of wheels than are on the other one. Pop open the door here to let you guys see the inside of this vehicle. This is going to have a sport light bucket seat, which is really nice, and both seats are power. Now, this is an option. Depending on the class of vehicle or the package of base Mustang that you get, you either have power seats or you have manual seats. It really just all depends on which one that you guys shoot for. We are inside of the EcoBoost Coupe. Now, this vehicle is going to be exactly the same as a 6-cylinder as far as the interior goes. So I'm going to start on this one here. You have all your light and dimming panels right here, very convenient placing. You're going to notice that there is also a secret compartment under here that a lot of people don't know about. Some Mustang owners that buy this Mustang end up not seeing it for months. But really what it is a place to put your keys and whatnot. So if you're on the track, or if you're at a show or something and you want your keys to be in a different location, you can stick it right in there. With this being an EcoBoost coupe and the V6 coupe and being a Mustang, this is an automatic vehicle, guys. You can also get it in a stick shift, but with this being automatic, you have the option for paddle shifters. So your paddle shifter is going to be located here, your minus and then your plus, right behind the steering wheel. Easy to grip, easy to maneuver and to shift through your gears here. Very, very responsive. And like I said before, the Mustang EcoBoost is probably the funnest Mustang to drive. If you're out for the ride of the Mustang and this is your daily driver, definitely shoot for that EcoBoost. It is a sweet ride. Taking a look at really the overview of the flow of the instrument panels and the panels of the Mustang, you're gonna notice that the gauges kind of have that old school look with the chrome bezels around it. Your steering wheel is gonna have that polished aluminum feel to it, and then that big circle with your pony right in the center, really letting you know that you're sitting in a Ford Mustang. Your air vents here, nice and in discrete locations on the two sides, and then giving you your three right here in the center. Depending on which trim level you get, guys, these come and go away, and you can actually have things like boost gauges and other things that come up here, and they take away this center one right here. Looking at the instrument cluster, you have your RPM gauge here, your speedometer here, and in the center you're going to have the center stack. Now this is going to offer you guys is your different gauge modes, so you can look at your miles, your fuel, your tire pressure, your air fuel ratio of how the vehicle is doing as far as taking air into the turbo and whatnot, your boost vacuum. So there's a lot of cool gadgets on this vehicle, guys. One thing you do have too is track apps. So track apps is going to let you know your accelerometer, your acceleration time, your brake performance, and your lap timer. So if you want to take this thing to a track and see what you can do in the vehicle, you can set this up and the vehicle will go, and you can track all of your stats. Almost like a Fitbit for a car. Now back down to the steering wheel, guys. You have your D-pad here, which controls that instrument cluster that we were just using. You have your D-pad here, which controls seeking back and forth and up and downing of your volume. And then you have this control pad here, which is going to give you an area so you can answer, hang up phone calls, voice activated system, mute the radio, and this side here is going to give you set, reset, cancel, and your cruise control. Looking at the center stack here, guys, you have your standard sync system, your different buttons to change, to mute, change the radio station, change your phone, and then this is going to be for your presets, and so you can manually enter in like an FM station or whatnot. These are going to be your control pads or your control buttons for the screen in front of you. This is going to be your answer and hang up phone calls, your volume and tune, another D-pad to control this screen up here, and your AC controls here, guys. Now, one really cool feature, you no longer have a key and the button isn't up here for it. The ergonomics of this vehicle are really beautiful. You have the gear shifter here, and then right next to the gear shifter where your hand lays is the engine start stop button, which is white with a red outline, really giving it that, that red line look to it. Really cool look. A little bit of storage here, guys, so you can put your cell phone, plugging your cell phone to a USB port or into a 12 volt. Your e-brake is out of the way, and another thing, your cup holder is out of the way. So now you don't have to have your hand on top of the cup holders. You can have your hand here when you're grabbing the shifter. You can have your coffee sitting here, which is definitely an upgrade for the previous year models because they did not offer this. Before, your cup holders were here, and you had to have the flap closed if you really wanted to get a hold of your gear shifter. This opens up, giving you plenty of room to put more odds and ends, another USB port, and another 12 volt right back in there. Taking a look here, you have your glove box. Plenty of room in there so you can take a look. And then there's another button here, which is going to be for your owner's manual. Another hidden compartment, guys. Slip your owner's manual in there, punch it up there, and it's out of the way. The badging here let you know that this is a Mustang since 1964.